Alright. Alright, we'll do the Team Liquid versus CLG game. Alright, let's start it with the band pick. Or wait, I need to wait on ads to finish. And then we'll go into it. I don't want to do the GV versus Dig game, dude. Will I be playing solo queue after this? I don't know. I might just play Final Fantasy. Or I might go out and see Ant-Man. And also, like, on the note of, like, why it irks me when people ask, like, can you do a VOD review of a game that you haven't seen yet? It's like, motherfucker, it's a VOD review. It's like, it's an analysis of, like, how a team won or lost a game. Like, that's the point of that's the point of it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, it just feels like straight stupidity when people ask. Like, if there's one thing that triggers me, it's when people ask stupid questions. Like, that shit just triggers the fuck out of me. Because there's like... No, but the one thing that triggers me so hard more than anything is when they're like, I feel like he's biased in his VOD reviews because he knows who's gonna win. It's like, I don't care, like... I'm gonna show you why they won. Like, that's the point. That's the whole point of a VOD review, is to show why a team won or why a team lost. Like, that's the entire point of it, you know? And it's like, well, he knew they were gonna win. It's like, no fucking shit. I'm here to show you how they won and why they won. It's like, bro, you're making me so triggered. Ugh. Dude, that's like when there's so many comments of that on the Reddit thing. Like when I was reviewing the Fnatic games and stuff, they're like, well, I don't think he knows anything about the game. He obviously knew Fnatic was gonna win. It's like, no shit, dude. It's like, come on, man. I did do a VOD review of SKT versus Coup Tigers. It's up on my YouTube. If you guys wanted to see that. But the ads are done, and we'll actually go into this game now. Well, no. Okay, I don't get trolled by one guy. I'm serious. Like, go into the Reddit comments, and it's just like, it just hurts my head. Like, there's literally like 50 or something comments, like, of people saying that. It's like, damn. Just knowing that there's 50 people in the world that are that stupid just makes me sad. But yeah, we'll watch this. We'll watch this, dude. To review the 2015 World Finals. Yeah, I'll do that, dude. All right, let's speed this up. We'll go through this. So they ban Azir, perfectly good ban. Phoenix is pretty damn good on Azir. They ban Annie. That's like specials. That's the backbone of his. He's all about them engaged supports, man. They banned Ryze and Sivir on purple side. Pretty standard bans, all good stuff. And they banned Nidalee. Maybe they're scared of Dom's Nid. Completely reasonable. Nid's really strong on this. Would ever do a VOD review of a really old game? I mean, the meta is like completely different in old games, so I still don't get why people are banning Kalista on this patch. I don't think she's like that strong. I think it's a wasted ban, but it's okay. If you just want to like toss in like a throwaway ban to like get 2 OPs, that's fine. I'm fine with that. And they first picked the Gragas. I just don't get why teams are first picking Gragas right now. Like SKT did it in some of their games. Some of the other games they first picked Victor. It's like all the junglers are up. I mean, if you don't want to show your cards, then like basically that's what the Gragas pick is it's like, yo, we want to disengage / engage support, and we don't want to show what our team comp really does. So that's why they first picked Gragas here. And yeah, I don't know, whatever. I mean, if you want to go with that style, that's completely fine. But I honestly don't think that Gragas is like that big of a pick. And you see, that's another reason they banned Nidalee here. So they banned Nidalee so they don't counter the Gragas to Nidalee. So then they picked Janna. So the reason why Team Liquid went with Janna here is like, hey, they banned Annie, and Annie is like the counter to Janna, and they feel pretty confident in Janna until all the other matchups. So they do Janna plus Corki, and on top of that, Xpecial can't play Alistar for shit. So that's why he goes with this. I think I feel like a top level team would probably go with Alistar. Like SKT 9 times out of 10 here, Wolf would pick up the Alistar. Like yeah, he loves Janna a lot, but that's only because Alistar's banned so much against him. So I would honestly like to see an Alistar pick here, just because it gives you engage, disengage. It's just like it just does everything. It allows you to dive, it allows you to engage. Like it fits with literally every single team comp. But Xpecial just he can't fucking play Alistar very well. Didn't Xpecial beat CLG with Alistar? I mean, all right. Let me explain. Okay, hold on. We're gonna break this down. I need to break this down real quick. So you said that CLG played against Team Liquid, right? With Alistar, right? Is that what you guys are saying? I don't remember the game at all, so I'm just going off of what you guys said. Week 5, day 1. I don't see an Alistar here. I don't see any of this shit. There's nothing. I don't see any Alistar in this game. I was gonna break it down, and I was gonna go over all of his Alistar plays and compare them to the way that top level Alistars play, but we're not gonna get into that. Basically, the way that the game should be right now, if you have like a top tier Alistar player, he will single-handedly win you the fucking game. Like Alistar is the most. Hold on, I gotta educate you guys real quick. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go over a VOD review that I already went, but I just need to show you some stuff of what like a real Alistar player does. Cause there are not very many good Alistars in both LCSs. Like, there's very few and far between top level Alistar players. Not this game. Oh, look, boys. There's an Alistar on SKT's team. So let's look at what a real Alistar player does and how he affects the game. Hey, look, they have Janna. See how Coup Tigers has Janna? And a lot of people that are like don't really understand Alistar and how broken he is. They don't understand how broken it is. Like, you'd see this, right? So Coup Tigers is Team Liquid, right? They're like, we'll counter Alistar with Janna and we'll just outplay it. Like, we'll tornado the headbutt pole combo. Like, we'll stop them, boys. Now, this is what a good Alistar player does. See how he sets up the flank and he's in position here? Watch how he does his engage. How are you going to outplay this? Where is your outplay? What are you going to do here? Where is the Janna? Oh, that's right. She's fucking dead because Alistar shit on her. Afro's a pretty good Alistar, but it's like... And I think they do some other like nasty dives too. Like let's look at some of the bot dives. Like this, I'll show you guys what Alistar is. Because you guys don't seem to understand. Like, people in the LCS don't seem to understand. They don't seem to understand what Alistar is and, like, what he's capable of. So. Alright, here we go. Alright, so this is Alistar, right? They're like, don't worry, boys. We got Janna. We'll counter. Like, look how they started the fight. Like, Bang's fucked. He's dead right at the start, right? They're like, gee golly, this looks pretty bad for SKT. So you'd think you'd be safe, right? You're just like, alright, man, we good. Exhaust. Headbutts him out. Completely protects his team. Heals. So they're like, alright, we're safe, man. We managed to fend that off. We traded 2 for 1. That wasn't too bad, guys. Alistar's just like, alright, bro. I don't give a fuck about this turret. I literally get 0 fuck. Look at his fucking health as he's walking out of the turret. Look at him tanking this shit, dude. He's like full health, man. All right, let's go to some of the earlier. Like, we'll go watch one more fight, man. Yeah, Alistar actually did nothing in that whole fight but the dive. The thing is, they're gonna set up for the dive though. But the point I was trying to make here, yeah, Alistar actually did nothing in that fight outside of the dive that he didn't lose health. That's a terrible example, but the point I'm trying to make is Alistar gives you the potential to dive any turret and not lose any health. Like, people don't understand how strong that is. Like, having the ability to dive a turret and not give any fucks about the turret. Yes, yes, Alistar is a really good Alistar. He's probably like one of the better Alistar players. All right, let's so he's got Mobies. All right, here we go. Oh, here we go. This is what Alistar did. This is the exact play I wanted to show. All right, so this is Alistar, boys and girls. Hey, I heard you thought you were safe in between two turrets when you have all your summoners up. Like, having that playmaking potential is just too much, dude. It's just too much. Being able to pull flash on people, then headbutt them in. Ugh. Anyways. Yeah. Alright, we'll go over the game. There's like there's so much shit you can do with Alistar, but the thing is like, there's just not that many good Alistar players. You have to be a certain type of player to play Alistar. Alright, we'll go into this game. So anyways, Alistar is picked. Oh, dude, I actually forgot that Afromu picked Alistar here. So you can see, Team Liquid's logic is like, alright, we'll just counterpick Alistar with Janna. Like, we'll be okay. Like, we're fine here. But wait, they picked Alistar. Ooh. So now CLG has two absolutely insane divers and counter engagers. Like, they have the stupidest front line ever right now with the Gragas Alistar. Like, they have a huge front line to get through already. And then they have Triss that's going to just ramp up and get a lot of range and be in the back line to be safe. Like, there's no way. They have to pick a lot, like some pretty heavy duty shit to kill this Triss now. They go Rek'Sai and Victor. I mean, Victor's a pretty good pick here. Like, but you are picking blind. You have to. I don't like this pick. So Victor's a really contested pick, but there are counters to Victor. And yeah, I don't like this pick. So okay, so this is like put yourself in Team Liquid shoes, right? So Team Liquid is now scared that CLG will pick Victor on this rotation, right? They don't want to give up Victor, and that's why they picked it here. But like, let's say hypothetically CLG picked Victor, right? And then they blind picked that Fizz that they picked, right? Because they blind picked it anyways. It looked like CLG is gonna play Fizz no matter what. So let's say they picked Fizz and Victor here, and then you just go Rumble and Varus here, and you just poke the shit out of them, and then you use the fact that your Janna has disengaged, and then now you have like. You have such a nasty team combo. They had saved their mid pick for a counter pick, and then picked Rumble, and then whatever. Like, Rek'Sai is fine with it. Like, I'm down with Rek'Sai. Like, Rek'Sai is always good. If they picked Rumble here and gone with the Varus to counter if they pick Victor, then they could have been like so much better off. So, I don't like Team Liquid's ban pick phase here. I think they actually fucked up pretty hard. This Janna should have been an Alistar. And they shouldn't have shown their mid lane pick here. They overvalued the Victor pick in this situation. And they didn't, like, you have counter pick or whatever. And then what's even worse is like Team Liquid, after they see the Fizz, so they see the Fizz, right? So they see Fizz, and then they don't even counter pick it. Like, Hecarim is not a counter to Fizz. Like, Fizz actually does pretty well against Hecarim. So they basically waste their red side advantage here, and they don't even counter pick the lane. But Jace instead of Fizz been a valid pick since TL doesn't have it. Is that the quadra kill? Wait, where's your pentakill, man? Alright, anyways. Yeah. So, like, yeah. They should have definitely picked their top lane. Like, Rumble, like, works pretty well with this team comp, and then it just gives them, like, the option of Jace or Varus for the last pick. Or like whatever they want to counter Ezreal with. So I think that Team Liquid actually messed up pretty hard in their ban pick here. They messed up by not picking Alistar on this rotation, and then they messed up by not countering the mid. Hecarim for getting to Ezreal. But that's the thing though. Like you're viewing the alright, Shadow Feather. You're viewing the game in completely the wrong way. If you view the game like properly in the right way, then it's like how about we take out the equation of having to get to the Ezreal altogether? Because what is Rumble like? All right, chat. Can you tell me what Rumble's purpose in a team comp is? He has two different roles that he can play. So what are the two roles that Rumble can play? Come on, chat. Tell me. Ult and die. But what does his ult do? Like, what is the purpose of his ult? There you go. Engage and disengage. So, Rumble's ultimate can be used to follow up on an engage and ultimate, or they can use the ultimate to counter engage. He has both of those purposes. So, they can counter engage. So, if CLG decides to go with the heavy engage comp with the Gragas and the Alistar, they'll have Rumble to counter engage. And then if they decide to go with a poke comp, then you just pick something that pokes as well, like a Varus pick, or something that it can also like poke against the Ezreal, like whatever the fuck poke they decide to go with. So Rumble can play, by picking the Rumble pick, you pick a pick that can do both things for your team comp. And because you already have the Janna, you're probably going to be picking a team comp that revolves around counter engaging and shit, right? Because you have the Janna, like... You've already shown like the style of your team comp. And if you look at Team Liquid's team comp, they have really shitty engage because they picked this Janna pick. So when they pick the Hecarim, they kind of like move away from the theme of the team comp. The theme of the team comp should be just like counter engage and pick something that even outranges Ezreal and can poke him out even harder. So I think they should have gone Rumble Varus. Yeah, also Rumble is just broken as shit on this patch too. But maybe like Quas didn't practice that much Rumble, which seems kind of weird because Rumble's just completely retarded. But yeah. Does Fizz hard counter Hecarim or is Zion a god? Well, I'll explain that in game. The thought process behind Fizz? I mean, he just wanted to play Fizz, like to be like Marin and shit. He just wanted to be a split pusher. Beefy engage or disengage comp versus Ezreal? Yes. Alright. So. Why is Shyvana strong in this patch? She's absolutely terrible and she's not strong. She's... I don't think I've ever lost to a Shyvana jungle when I jungle. Like, I like shit on every Shyvana. Like, I like absolutely shit on every Shyvana I play. It's like straight useless garbage. It's like the shittiest champion I've ever seen. Devourer jungles suck. You just need to understand how to play against them. Alright, so they're gonna do a pretty standard start. They get like pretty like shallow wards in. Let's see, Tristan and Alistar moving up. This is kind of a weird movement by Tristan and Alistar. What are they doing here? They're sitting around the Baron pit. Oh, okay, so they're trying to cheese them. See how Alistar and Trist are coming up here to try to stop this camp? Do they get it? Oh, alright, he got it. Nice. But he got chunked out here. So look at how Dominate starts, right? He starts chunked. And meanwhile, Gragas and Fizz are just happily double jungling. So this actually puts Dominate a little bit behind here. And then it also leaves Quas. Oh, he has E too. Oh my god. Or did he take E? I can't tell there. But anyways, this leaves Quas to have to solo a camp. And now they're behind on pacing. See how they're like ahead on pacing? They've already taken this camp. They've already taken this camp. And they're going into the Wolves and they're going to take that. So now they're ahead 2 camps on Team Liquid. So the pacing, they're already ahead of them on that. I feel like AP Cog was better against Victor. I mean, AP Ezreal is fine. Like, AP Ezreal is pretty fine as long as like the other team doesn't have super hard engage. And they already showed the Janus, that's fine too. So, Team Liquid. Hold on, I want to see this dive. Okay, so when they all start winning and they messed with the doubles, they got a ward in here, so they know that they're not going back to this red buff. So they're actually going to triple buff them, and they also know that because they're behind off that camp, Hecker won't go top to hold this wave. So what they end up doing is they have just 2 people push, while the other 2 people double jungle, and this just gets Fizz ahead. So this is a really good opening level 1 strategy by CLG. So they're going to triple buff, and they give Fizz just more XP. So Fizz is just getting ahead now in gold. So they're still just double jungling. So Fizz now has 12 CS, Hecker has 4. He also has a level advantage too. So they're just going to take Fizz, and you see how they gave Fizz that level advantage? And he also has a... Well, I mean, they both have Ignite, but this is level 2 Hecarim, and he's behind this Fizz, okay? And he has no turret to fall back to. So this puts Hecarim in such a like a fucking shitty situation. He's so vulnerable now. And on top of that, Gragas is also going to be ahead of Rek'Sai. So if they ever decide to 2v2 top, like if Gragas decides to go up here and help, or they decide to like 2v2 and fight against the Rek'Sai Hecarim, they'll win 100% of the time. What is the Trabolo thing? I don't even know what that shit is. But, so he's just farming. So see how Fizz is freezing the wave, and Dom goes up here to like he's gonna try to get some vision on, or does he have a ward even? Oh, he hasn't even bought yet, so he doesn't even really have a ward, so he can't even get vision for the Hecarim. So now the Hecarim has no clue where the Gragas is. Like, look, this is no man's zone. He has no clue where the Gragas is. Like, the Gragas could be sitting down here in this tri-brush ready to kill him, and Hecarim doesn't have flash, so if they get on him, they can fuck him up pretty bad. Why didn't Hecarim double jungle instead of taking the tower? I mean, they didn't have any jungle to take, really. So Hecarim's just super pressured here, and I want to talk about this. All right, so this is like the most classic. All right, do you guys want to know why CLG did good in the previous split? And you want to know why CLG always does good in the beginning of the split? Like, everybody has all these like weird. They have all these weird. Alright, I'm just gonna put it in sub mode since there's too many like people spamming like non-English shit. Alright, anyways. So CLG, this play is why CLG always managed to get ahead in the early game, okay? And this is why they always do good, and then they're like, they just fall off. Because people figure out this play. Like, this is the CLG play. You're witnessing it right now. It's get Zion a small lead, and then what they do is they pile a really huge wave. You see how they have this huge wave piled, and you see Quas's health. So CLG's decision now is to try to put pressure on bot to make Quas lose this wave. So okay, these are the two options on a Team Liquid. Team Liquid can either send Rek'Sai top to help hold that wave with Quas, right? And then they can hold the wave and Quas will get XP, right? But if they do that, if they send Rek'Sai up there, you see how Gragas is motioning down here and they have Ezreal down here too? CLG's play, if they do that, is they're going to dive bottom with 4 people. And they're going to make sure that Quas misses this wave. Like, their whole goal is to make Quas miss this wave. Because if he TP's bottom, like, he goes back to base, heals, and TP's bottom, he loses, like, 2 levels worth of XP and gold. Like, he has 10 CS to 35. And this specific decision that CLG puts people into is 100% of the reason why CLG ends up coming out ahead against teams. And it's when CLG gets figured out by teams and teams like manage to outmaneuver this decision and like play a better early game against CLG, that's when CLG loses. Because CLG's late game and mid game is honestly like not that good. It's like actually pretty bad. And if they don't get this like early game super huge advantage, then CLG will just lose. So let's play this slower so we can see. Oh yeah, I should use the shift keys. So you see how he's losing the wave here? And they also know where Rek'Sai is too. They saw him on these wards. So they're all going up there to help, right? Hold on, I'm gonna go back because I want to show you them threatening the dive because I don't think I showed that very well because I had it sped up. See how the Gragas is threatening the dive? So see how they have full health Hecarim, right? So Hecarim has to make the decision at this point: do I TP bottom and help against the dive and miss this wave, or do I stay top and like let them get fucked? You see how he starts TPing and he cancels it? Or wait, no, the Fizz starts TPing and then Hecarim goes to cancel it. So Fizz wants to TP down here and he wants to force a 4v2 fight. Because if Hecarim TP's down there to help them out, then Ardux and Noak's Twitch thanks for subbing well from the retirement home. So if Hecarim TP's down there to fight it out with the Fizz, then Hecarim will lose his huge wave pop. And if they don't get any kills out of it, they basically instantly lose the game. So that's why instead of trying to TP with the Fizz, Quas tries to stop the Fizz, but he's fighting inside this giant minion wave. And on top of that, he doesn't have his E because he uses E to stop Fizz's TP. And that's how he gets chunked out here. And then they just win the whole early game out of this. Like this one specific play here wins CLG the game pretty much. Like it wins them the whole early game. Cause think about it, guys. What's Ezreal's biggest problem, and like why do people not pick him? It's because he's weak early, right? But by putting this type of pressure and putting a split pusher that puts this much pressure on the map, you're gonna allow Ezreal breathing room to where he can get out of the early game and he can get into the late game and get the items he needs. And then TL also doesn't have very good engage. Like their only real engage tool is Quas and Rek'Sai, and Quas is being put out. He's being shut down out of the game. So the engage tool they have against their poke is just gone. It's like out of the map. So pretty much in the first 7 minutes of the game, and you see it's only a 700 gold difference, right? But it's actually way worse than that because Quas is down 2 levels now, and he's one of their only ways to win the game, right? So CLG literally just dismantled Team Liquid in 7 minutes off of that play. And that, my friends, is why CLG usually wins in the early parts of splits, is because of that one play. Anyways, I'm going to take this off subscriber mode. Hope you guys learned. Only talk English in chat. Alright, so let's go back to speeding this shit up. Alright, did you guys learn anything, man? How do you fight against that? I mean, you just have to be making a play of your own. So, basically, alright, this is how you fight against that, right? You guys want me to explain? This is actually a really complex thing, right? Do you guys want me to explain the whole 2v1 thing to you? Because, like, you guys probably won't understand it, because it's, like, pretty complex. Alright, we'll go into it. Alright, so Team Liquid is a team that is prone to getting Piglet ahead, right? And prone to freezing. And prone to trying to gain advantages for their ADC. So, let's see I'll show you the mistake that Team Liquid makes here. So they know their top laner's behind. And they take this turret, right? They should have gave Quas full gold and XP on this turret right here. Like, he should have got the full 100% gold and XP. But do they give it to him? No, they share with 3 people. So that's mistake number 1 from Team Liquid. Quas is already behind, and he needs that full gold and XP to get back in the game. And what do you guys think mistake number 2 is? Why is that a misplay? Because Fizz is way... Like, look, this guy's level 3 now. Fizz is level 4, about to level 5, and he has gold advantage. Yes, number 2 is Quas going top. So the way you stop this is you just send... Sending Corky down here to hold is a huge fucking mistake. Because the team... If there's one thing that you need to learn, is the team that holds is the team that will lose in 90% of the scenarios. If the other team understands how to play a hold right, and CLG understands how to play against holds, like, they will punish holds so fucking badly, and CLG is showing you Exhibit A how to punish a hold. And that's to pile the wave and then force a play on bottom, like force the dive. This is the counterplay to holding. This is the counterplay to Teal's whole holding strategy. And this is the reason why a lot of fucking teams don't hold anymore. Is because this play gets set up. So they shouldn't have gone down here with Corky to hold. They should have sent Corky and Jana top to push this tower in, and then they just should have traded turrets. They should have traded bot turret for top turret here. And they should have opened up the map, and then that way they gives Quas some break. Like, Quas can just be double jungling with Dom here at this point, or he can be doing whatever the fuck he wants to do. He can go up, he can show up top, share gold if he wants. He can double jungle. He can do whatever the fuck he wants to do. But sending Quas bottom here is just like straight garbage. I mean, sending Quas top and then sending your duo bottom just loses them the game instantly. And it's just like CLG was ready for this. They knew TL likes to hold, and they punished them for it really fucking hard. Wouldn't Triss manage to kill Hecarim if he stayed bottom? That's the thing, though. You don't stay bottom. You just go farm the jungle, dude, and just let it go. You like don't. Your Hecarim, like it needs to. This is the situation, right? Hecarim is gonna get denied top lane, all right? But okay, so Hecarim's getting denied top lane right now because the Fizz is pressuring him in. So that's one lane getting denied. So how you stop that is you have to deny both top laners, and you deny both top laners by giving that full gold and XP in the wave to Quas, so he actually has like reasonable gold coming out of it, and then you send your ADC support and jungle top, and then push the top tower in. All right, and then you deny their top laner. So when both top laners are getting denied, then you come out with like an equal situation, right? And then you just let both turrets go. Like you just trade turrets across the map. And then you just have this open map where eventually the waves will push in, and then you just like send Quas to go catch the side waves. I already explained why TL sent Corky bottom to hold. I mean, yeah, Dragon's up, but who gives a shit about first Dragon? They sent Corky bottom to hold because they like to get Piglet ahead. Like, that's TL's strategy. And then that's that, man. That's that. So we'll speed this up. I don't know if any of that shit makes sense to you guys, but we'll go back through this. Alright, so now the gold is only 400 difference, but the game's in a really ugly spot right now. Or wait, who do they... Wait, did you just try to tell me CLG can defend top and hold bot? How do you think that they're going to defend top and hold bottom? So what are you saying? You're saying that CLG is going to freeze bot, right? Is that what you're saying? Because the wave's already on this side. They can't freeze. And if they do decide to freeze, then that means that one person has to be down here freezing. Whether it be top laner... Wait, they can't even freeze. Because if they send the top laner bottom to hold... Like, when TL took the bot turret, the wave was in the middle. So the wave will be pushing into TL's side. So they don't have that wave control to do that. Yes, Quas got behind because of level 1 cheese. They can't hold on that. I'm done trying to explain the 2v1. Like, the 2v1's way too complex to explain. Because it's all about, like, wave manipulation and, like, sharing gold and, like, tower XP and, like... There's way too much shit that goes into it, man. Fucking 90% of pro players don't understand 2v1 properly, so I don't think Twitch chat's gonna understand it. Alright, so he's going up here. Hold up. Alright, so now this is now their play is like, alright, we have this level 5 Hecarim, right? Against level 7 Fizz. Hecarim doesn't have ultimate. Like, this is the mastermind play by Team Liquid. They're like, we'll just bait Fizz into all-inning Hecarim, right? But they're not stupid. Like, CLG's not stupid. They're like, why would a level 5 Hecarim be sitting up here trying to, like, fight a Fizz under a wave? So they bring everybody up here, and they call up the crew to do the backup, and they're waiting here to counter their shit. Level 5 Hecarim, level 7 Fizz. He just gets comboed, and he just dies for free. So now who's going to deal with Fizz? Like, you want to see why Team Liquid lost the game? You're witnessing it right now in the first 10 minutes of the game. And that's that, dude. No, like, I'm not kidding. Like, even last split, when I was on Gravity, like, we had a poor understanding of 2v1, and that's how we lost a lot of games. It's 2v1's like really fucking complex, and there's a lot of shit. There's so many like moving pieces and variables that goes into openers and 2v1s that it's like it's really fucking complex. Like, you don't understand. It's like chess openers. You know how like a chess master has like a whole, he knows all the openers and he's done all the research and shit, and he knows all the openers they can do. Can you explain again why it's worth giving up Drake if you both take one turret? Because you can't hold. That's why. Like, you have to give up Drake. There's already behind in the 2v1, so you have to give up the Drake, and that's because they initiated the. They didn't take Dragon when they went bottom in the first place. Like, I'm done trying to explain the 2v1. Trust me, like, you're not gonna be able to understand it. It's like way too much shit that goes into it. It's way too complex. So, anyways, I lost track of the game. So let's talk about the game again. Alright, so they're going to go up here, and they're going to zone this off. So, see how Fizz just pieces out? He's like, oh shit, motherfucker, I don't want to get dove. Like, they'll dive Fizz so fast if he stays up here alone. So he's just like, alright, I'll just go back, and we'll just take the turret. You see how they're just trading turrets across the map now? This is pretty much the exact thing. This is what Team Liquid should have done 5 minutes ago. But instead, they did this random shit where they just, like, let Hecarim get really far behind. See how Hecarim's just jungling at this point, and he's just doing whatever the fuck? This is what should have happened 5 minutes ago. You feel me? But now you're seeing it at 11 minutes. This is what should have happened at, like, 6 minutes. It's like we're going back to the future or some shit. We're like fucking... I'm Marty McFly. Or I'm the Doc. You guys can be Marty McFly. Alright? We gotta go back in time to get our parents back together so that you don't get erased from existence. Half of you guys are probably too young to even like know that movie. Alright. Fizz can't 1v3, are you fucking kidding me? Anyway, so let's see how the rest of the game plays out. So Victor's pressuring Ezreal like he should. Like, Victor's definitely stronger than Ezreal in the early game. But the problem is now, see how Hecarim pushes out this wave, and like once he has that wave push, he's like, fuck this shit, I'm out. I can't do anything else. So now you have this 36 CS Hecarim against the 85 CS Fizz. Like, you want to see why Team Liquid loses the game? This is why. This CS disparity here in this early 2v1. Shouldn't TL have given up bot if they were going to 4v2 and get Hecarim back into the game with Rex supporting him? I mean, then you're just going to get rotated on. You'll be behind on the turret game. Because if you give up bot and you don't trade out turrets, and then they'll just set everybody mid. And then they'll just like siege on mid. Trust me, man, you're not going to understand the 2v1. Like, I can't explain it. Alright, we'll go back to how this dragon fight goes. You're making me lose track of stuff, right? You're not... Promise me. I'll promise you, you will not be able to understand 2v1. It's way too complex. Alright, so CLG, they know that Fizz has TP. They know he's level 9. So they're just going to force this dragon straight up. Because they see that they're catching this bot wave that they pushed in. And that's why they do this dragon blade. Because they pushed in bot wave and they pushed in mid. And they know that Fizz has level advantage. So he can bully the Hecarim. And they'll probably win a 5v5 team fight at this point in the game. So they end up going for... They end up scrapping for the dragon. Pobelter gets chunked, and he just gets like wrecked as he's going through. Wait, Pobelter. You know what's funny? Pobelter did this in the Gravity game. Remember the Gravity game where like Pobelter was transitioning to get to dragon? He did this exact same mistake where he just gets picked off as he's transitioning to dragon. See this shit? They even have like vision of this shit. Why is Pobelter like not even here to begin with? What was he doing? Why are you late to the dragon, Pobelter? So he's there now. He's fighting this guy. He E's away. He has no E now. Ah, Poe Belter! Why you gotta get caught in transition again? Alright. Well, no, he wanted to push the wave in against Victor there, but it's like... I don't know. Yeah, flashed on. Yeah, dude. Phoenix just like put it up in him there. But that's whatever. Because you know what? They still got Dragon. And how do you think TL can deal with this Fizz situation? He literally has double his fucking farm. Like, he's about to have his Triforce completed. Meanwhile, this guy has fucking Phage. How is oh yeah, his Triforce, this guy has Phage in like level 2 boots. How is Hecarim gonna handle this guy? And he's 2 levels down too. So pretty much nobody on... So CLG's win condition now is to slowly poke people out with your 4 people. They're gonna 1-4... It's called a 1-4 split. So they send Fizz in one lane, and they just give him all the farm, and they let Fizz win the game for them. See how they just group up everybody 4 here? They have their 4 people here. Because Hecarim's trying to get back in the game, so he can't really do anything outside of TPing. And they're just gonna send Fizz in the lane that's not frozen, and to push this up here. And then CLG's gonna keep them pinned in here to mid. So if somebody goes bottom to hold this Fizz, and Hecarim's top holding as well, then they're either gonna lose mid or they're gonna lose bottom. Luckily that Ezreal ult missed. If that Ezreal ult hit, they could have probably like chunked him out and like got some more Baron damage. So the Alistar and Rumble pick would have been entirely better. I mean, it would have helped. When you go over what happened in a game, you can't just focus on one thing. You literally have to stay here. You have to look at every single factor that went into the win or loss. And I honestly didn't see how the 2v1 played out until now, like as I'm going over this this VOD, but like we all saw how the 2v1 played out. Cuz I didn't get to see the early game of this game before. But like now you guys see the early game and like why they lost off of it. Like I think the picks could have helped Team Liquid in some cases because they would have a better late game, but the 2v1's pretty much why they lost the game. They have no way of dealing with this Fizz, and he's just splitting and shitting on them. 2v1 in solo queue, dude. Every time I try to 2v1 in solo queue, my team just like fucks it up, and then we just lose the game. Dude, nobody like 2v1's legit hard, man. Like I'm not saying it to belittle you. Like I'm not saying you guys won't understand it to belittle you. It's legit like hard to do. It's really fucking hard. It's pretty fucking hard to understand. Like you realize that these players that are going in to try to learn this like these are LCS players, right? These players eat, breathe, and sleep the game. They scrim 8 to 10 hours a day. They play solo queue constantly. They watch VODs. They talk about the game together. They wake up. They fucking think about the game. They go to sleep. They're thinking about the game, right? And they still fuck up the 2v1. They still can't do it. It's still hard, and people still fuck up. Because there's so many variables and factors that go into a 2v1, and there's so many counters and like this and that and all this shit. It's actually really fucking hard to learn. But yeah. Alright, so now they just have this Fizz just bullying this Hecarim, and they're still doing the same thing. They're keeping their goal, CLG's goal is to keep them pinned in so they can isolate this matchup. They want Hecarim to be against Fizz 1v1. Like that's every single movement that CLG does on the map right now is to isolate these two things together. See how they're like pressuring Dragon now? Like yeah, Dragon's a win condition, but they want to push mid in and then pressure Dragon so that nobody goes up to mess with Fizz. So they do Dragon, and Fizz is just going to catch some of this. Wait, he actually goes over to flank. Hold up. Alright, let's watch this. So Fizz comes down. He knows Hecarim has to catch this wave. This is kind of a weird flank, to be honest. So he hits the Ezreal. Jesus, that chunk. He ultis Janna. I honestly think I think that roam was kind of pointless, to be honest. Like, they didn't really get anything out of it, and then he let this Hecarim push out the wave for free. So I think what Zion did here was actually pretty bad. I don't like what Zion did here, where he gave the Hecarim free breathing room. I thought that was bad, because look at the farm before this. Like, what is his farm? Yeah, he gives him 25 or he gives him 20 CS for free. That's actually a pretty big mistake. He shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have walked down to do this play mid, and he wasted his fish too. So there's gonna be a brief period of time where Hecarim's not as pressured. So that was a mistake out of Zion. Alright, so now they're going to push up mid. Is anybody chunked out here? Why are they deciding to push me? Oh, okay, because bot wave and top wave are pushing. So remember how Fizz like walked down to do this roam play on mid? They know Fizz doesn't have ultimate, and he gave Hecarim breathing room to go push out this wave. So this is 100% of the reason why Team Liquid is able to do this play, is because of Zion's fuck up. Had Zion stayed top and just use these 2 wards of vision he has and keep the Hecarim pinned in and pressure him from farming, then Team Liquid wouldn't have the breathing room to do this. So pretty big misplay from Zion, to be honest. They try to catch Mash out, or they try to catch Dom out here. Wait, let me see this fight. We'll slow it down. Alright. Smithy's wandering over here. They look really desynced up here. Like, what is this? This is such a random fight. Then Hecarim TP's in. Basically wastes his TP for nothing. I don't think he should have TP'd there. That was actually a pretty big mistake to TP there. That was just like a random scrap. That fight made no sense, to be honest. Like, both teams are just doing the most random shit. That was just a weird fight. So anyways, Corki's gonna end up catching this bot wave. And Fizz is just gonna go back to doing what he was doing, and now he has TP pressure. So because Quas wasted his TP there, he is like, Team Liquid is in a position where they can do almost nothing, cause if they try to make a power play, Fizz can just TP in and fuck them. Like, he's fed enough to now to where he can get a good, if he gets on the back line, he'll fuck them up pretty bad. Well, outside of Victor, because Victor has Hourglass. And Ezreal has Death Cap now, so they pretty much just want to give him blue. I think on the next blue they'll just siege. Yeah, so he has blue now. So they're just going to siege him with this blue. They know they have TP pressure. And is Zion going to go bottom here? They should just send Triss bottom. What they need to do is they need to send Triss bottom. And they need to push bottom up and then go for this bot turbo off his pressure stop. And then they keep everybody else mid. And then what they can do is they can have like Ezreal, Alistar, and Gragas just like moving around the map together while Triss pushes a bottom, and then they can just meet him on this wave as they go through the jungle, and they'll just like sync up in between on the blue buff area, and they'll just have like vision there, and they can take bot turret and siege, and they can just use the fact that Fizz can TP and Hecarim can't, and just use that pressure. Wait, Fizz TP'd? Wait, when did Fizz TP? Wait, when did Fizz TP? I missed it. What the hell? Sorry, there's like too many people yelling in the background, so I like lose track of like what I'm fucking thinking about. Alright. So he TP's in. Hey, what is this? What? Alright, that was retarded. So Zion fucked up. That's the second fuck up that Zion did. He could have had TP advantage on the Hecarim, and he could have like taken. They could have taken a big advantage off of that and like pressured all the shit. And instead, he goes with this random ass fucking TP play. So the 2 fuck ups were letting Hecarim farm the top wave and like losing pressure, and then doing this random ass fucking TP play. Both of those plays make 0 sense. So Zion got handed a pretty huge advantage, and it looks like he doesn't really fully understand how to do anything with it. Is the early Aegis Cal pickup a good option for Rek'Sai? I mean, they're pretty AP heavy. They have Ezra. Like they have to get a locket on that team. Or wait, he's going Randuin's, and they have no locket. Okay, Janna's going locket. That's why. So he has Aegis. That's fine. I mean, Rek'Sai's build's fine because Janna got the Aegis, so that's okay. That's completely fine. All right, so now Fizz is gonna go bottom. See, imagine if Fizz had TP here, right? If he didn't do that stupid play and he's pushing in bottom, and like Triss just put because Triss can pressure this Hecarim in. He can actually push him in, so they can pretty much pick a lane, have Triss go into it and push, and then like rotate up and meet Triss on that wave, and then have the option of having Fizz TP. But because they don't have that TP because they wasted it on some like full retard play, that they can't really pressure as hard. So seems kind of weird to me. So he hits the fish, hits the ult, pokes him out. See, this is just all wrong though. This is so okay. So CLG does the wrong rotation here. Why are you rotating on your Fizz lane? Like, have Triss push this in and rotate your Alistar and your Gragas and your Ezreal up this way, because like Corki and Victor are their main forms of wave clear, and then Fizz can probably kill Corki 1v1. Yeah, he could have killed him 1v1. Imagine if that was 1v1, like Corki versus Fizz there. He might have been able to kill him under turret. And then they could have just like pressured in everybody on the top side. So I feel like CLG did the bad rotation here. They should have sent everybody top instead of bottom and like had Tristana push up off of that. So that was a bad rotation by CLG. Why didn't they just 1-4 split? Well, because they wasted TP, remember? And 1-4 splitting is you have to set up the wave right to do it. And I just explained how you set up the wave. Like you have one person push the wave up, and then you have your other three like push one side, and then you rotate up and meet that other person and meet the wave. Like they're trying to do a 1-4 split, but they're just not doing it properly. They're not rotating to the right lane. But this is okay, because they rotated bottom, they can sort of... Oh, I was about to say they could control Dragon, but they're out of wards, so they can't even do that. Janna getting Talisman? Yeah, I mean, Talisman probably would have been better because it would give you Engage. I honestly think that Rek'Sai should have gone Aegis. Yeah, you're right. I think Janna should have gone Talisman and Rek'Sai gone Aegis, but it would have given them like more ways to engage on that team. But yeah, you see how CLG did these like really poor rotations. These fuck ups by Zion allowed Quas to get back into the game. Zion actually threw away all of his advantage and like all the lead he had. So Zion played this 2v1 lane swap, the post lane swap, like the post 10 minutes. Zion actually took his lead, and he just like threw it the fuck away, and he squandered it terribly. Zion could have actually just like taken this game over and crushed, but I feel like he has no clue what to do outside of that 10 minutes. And like this is CLG, and like remember when I was explaining CLG and like why they fall off and why they lose? You just witnessed it in this game, because I showed you their really strong early game, right? And they're like their 2v1 that they do. And I'll explain that. And then I'll look at this. So I explained their early game, right? And their 2v1 and how they get an advantage in their top lane. And how they get... You see all the pressure they got off of that, off their early game? But Zion, like, doesn't fully understand how to like, carry that lead out and to keep it going and to, like, suffocate the enemy and just carry out the game and win the game off of that. He squandered, like, every advantage that CLG gave him. And it's pretty disappointing to see that, to be honest. So, this is a pretty random fight. Let's see this fight. Wait, why are they fighting here? So, Smithy engages on Dominate. Fizz is bottom with TP. I mean, this is okay. They chunk him out. So, this is a really good... I like how they do this, okay? So, watch where Hecarim TP's in here. So, he TP's in the back. So Ezreal has E, right? He can get away with his E. So he chunks him. Now he has no E. So now Hecarim, does he have flash? So now his only way of getting away from Hecarim is flashing. So Hecarim's going to come in with home guards. And you see how he flashes over here? Now he has no escape for Quas. So Quas is just going to come in and clean him up. And this is the proper way to do a flank TP, is you just like, you get whatever person they are, like whatever like jump character they have to use their jump. And then you have like your flank person come in from behind. And now that they don't have that jump, and you just fuck them in the ass. Alright, I'll slow it down just to show you guys better. Sorry, guys. Alright, so they start fighting. They go on Dom. They chunk Pobelter. See how they get him to use his shift? So then Dom flashes on him. Pobelter jumps. Meanwhile, Hecarim TP'd in from mid lane, right? And then they just crush that guy. And that's how you do the TP flank. You get the person to use their jumps. It's like corralling them in. You're like you're having one group of people corral, and then the other person come from the other side, and you're just gonna like sandwich them in. Okay. So because Ezreal and Alistar died off of that, they're gonna siege up here, but Triss is just wave clear. Like, Triss is pretty big at this point. He has IE Shiv, and he has pretty good wave clear because of that. So he's just going to push them up. And just going to shoot this Ezreal ulti to try to get somebody backing in a bush. So top wave's pushing in. Could have been a big win for TL if TX didn't flash in at the end. Quas would have killed him anyways. Probably. Maybe. Yeah, probably would have been a big win. Phoenix just straight up killed himself there. Alright, so Fizz is going to go back to splitting. He has no... Both top laners don't have TP. But Hecarim can, like, sort of hold the Fizz a little bit better now because they allowed him to catch up with some. But Fizz is still... He's 3-1-1. Like, he's super fed now. And he's about to have... Once Fizz has Bork, that lane's done. Like, there will be no way Hecarim can ever walk... Like, there'll be no way anybody on Team Liquid's team, outside of maybe Victor, can walk into that lane ever again. So... So is Hecarim even going bottom to hold this? Good Ezreal poke. And you see, this is CLG's whole strategy. It's the 1-4 split. So they have Fizz push up one side, and they like, alright, who are you going to send to 1v1 me? You can't fuck with me. And they have the other 4 just staying super far back, and just throwing poke. Best team in NA? I honestly don't know, dude. I think NA as a whole is like pretty fucking terrible right now. I don't think there's any good teams in North America, and I think if they go to Worlds, they're just gonna get shit on. And I'd say the same for EU as well. The only team that'll do good in the West is Fnatic. All the other teams will just get shit on. Like, Fnatic actually has a fighting chance, but every other team in the West is just like... Every team in the West is just bad right now. It's pretty sad, to be honest. Alright, so they're just poking them in. Oh, let's see this engage. Alright. So, I have Fizz down here. Why did I decide to engage on this? He gets off an auto. Starts autoing him. Gets the poke off. Jesus Christ, Smithy. Okay. So they're trying to get a pick there so they could pressure Baron, I guess, or get Dragon in 50 seconds, but I don't like that pick either. Like, they're fighting over the vision. CLG's win condition is just to, like let Fizz win you the fucking game, you know? Do they get Dragon? Do they get Baron off this? Okay, now Rek'Sai comes in. Yeah, I don't feel like CLG's properly using their win condition at all. They need to isolate Hecarim 1v1 against Fizz. And then they need to do what I talked about. Like, if you can keep Hecarim pinned in and like have Fizz pressuring him, you can just basically have the Tristana go top, and then like push up the wave, and then go get deep vision in the red side jungle, and then have mid push up, and then they're gonna rotate and like meet up together in the top turret, and they'll go back and forth between top and mid turret, and eventually they will get one of those turrets if they poke somebody out enough. The proper order for targeting of TL. Team fights don't go that way in pro play, dude. It's not like, man, if we just kill that Ezreal, we'll win. 9 times out of 10 in competitive play, people kill tanks first. If you beeline for a fucking carry, you'll just die. So CLG ends up getting 4th dragon off of this. This is actually really bad for Team Liquid, because that means in 6 minutes, at 39 minutes and 35 seconds, CLG had the win condition of get Baron. I mean, get Dragon, and then they'll get Baron right after that, because they'll fight the Baron with 5th dragon. So CLG is gonna take it slow, and they're just gonna wait out until that next dragon comes up, because that's their win condition now. Wait, what are you doing? Wait, what are they even doing here? So you... Wait, why are they trying to throw fishes and shit in here? Like, what is this fish? Like, what is this? Zion, please! Stop doing random shit. Ugh. Dude, Zion's pretty bad. Watching this game just makes me realize that, like, Zion's pretty fucking bad. He keeps doing, like, absolute random shit that, like, doesn't have anything to do with their win condition. Oh, that's really important that they missed this Ezreal ultimate here. They miss Ezreal ultimate. That's really big because that's a lot of his fucking damage. This is such a weird all-in Baron. So they're going to start this Baron and use the fact that they have Janna shields and try to turn off. So he flashes on top of him. Gets the combo. Do they kill him? And they just do the same thing again. See how, like, this is like Teal's whole strat. They're like, alright, we'll get Poe Belter to use his jumps, right? So then Quas TP home guards in here from the side. Now he knows Poe Belter has no jumps. You don't really get to see it because he dies so fast, but Hecarim pretty much just like beelines for Ezreal, and he cleans him up because he knows he doesn't have any more jump moves, and he kills him here. It has nothing to do with the ult cooldown. It has like, I just explained how to win the game. Like, CLG's win condition is so fucking easy, and like this top turret shouldn't be up, and then all these wards that Teal have in the red side jungle shouldn't be here either. Like, Teal should never be in a position where they can pressure Baron or make this play, but because CLG's not properly, like, this is just terrible, dude. This is so fucking bad. Like, this all comes from like CLG not knowing how to do the proper rotation and Zion just doing random shit. So you remember that? Oh, and you know another reason they start this Baron? You remember that fish that he used that he said had a 35-second cooldown? Where's the fish, man? Where's he use it on? Where's he use it on? Oh, he got Phoenix. But that literally did nothing. He just shields it. Wait, Zion, no. Fizz does not suck in team fights. Fizz is meant to come in from the flank in a team fight and not just... Okay, so look at the differences in top laners. Like, Quas is a vastly superior top laner to Zion, and I'm going to show you exactly why. It's a matter of understanding how to team fight properly. Look at how the two... look at the setup and everything. So... Alright. See how, like, Quas comes in? He understands exactly what he has to do. He understands he has to do the flank and all that shit, right? So he gets the flank off, he goes in the back, and he kills the back, like, he flanks and he kills the back line, right? Let's see what Zion's doing. Where did Zion TP in at? He TP'd here. I mean, I guess he didn't really have any good wards to TP to, but... Wait, no, he had a ward here he could have TP'd to. Zion, no! Why did you pick this ward? That was just bad setup. Oh, no, he had this ward too. He had this ward too on Baron. He had all these flank. Had Zion, like, been smarter, he would have TP'd to this ward, and then he would have flanked on the back line here. Instead, he just, like... This is Zion. He's like, ugh! Like, take the fish. He just, like, runs up. He's like, nah! Like, here's the fish. And it, like, just doesn't do anything. Like, that's the difference between the top laners. Like, this clearly shows who's the better, like, team fighting top laner. Wouldn't he just get knocked back or knocked up? No, he won't be knocked back or knocked. The thing is, if you have one person coming in from one way, and you're trying to peel them from that, like the back end of you, and then you have the other people coming in from the other way, if you're using peels in this direction and then using peels in that, like, you have to decide which direction you want to peel from and then, like, go back to, right? Here, I'll explain the whole team fight to you guys, okay? Like, I need to break this down to, like, teach you kids how to team fight. Okay, so look. Team Liquid's team comp is all about, like, they have peel, right? They have Janna and shit. But, okay, so see how they, Rek'Sai can't knock him up now. He eat in, right? Wait, why did Poe Belter go in so hard here? Dang, he just got, did he get flashed on? Alright, so he flashes on him. So now Phoenix has no ult. He has no ult, no cooldowns, no nothing, right? And he has flash. So if Fizz starts TPing in here to get the flank, he could be coming in from the back line, right? I mean, he could be in the fight going on Phoenix right now. And he could be back here with Phoenix just fucking his ass up. And then meanwhile, because they have to turn around their focus to deal with like the Fizz coming in from the back, that opens up double it to do free damage from this side, and it also opens up these other three people to do whatever. Like, they can focus down and kill Hecarim even if they want. But instead, it's just like, they're just like jousting them head to head, like. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, anyways. But no, all this comes from just like poor setup by CLG. Like, CLG's not playing the waves properly, and they're like not splitting out properly. I don't like it. Wait, yeah, they're chasing Zion pretty hard here. Oh. I think, did they lose Baron because they chased him? Yeah, they lose Baron because they chased Fizz, I think. Well, I want to see this whole situation again. So they catch Zion out. Ezreal's like all the way back at base, right? Zion fishes. They're just chasing him through this choke. You see how this works? You see how they're coming in from one angle and then like Fizz is like off on the other? It makes you have to divert your attention to like two different sides of the fight. So now they just have to go back to heal. Phoenix is too low. He has no ultimate. And that's that. They're just going to lose Baron off of this. Trish just zones out. They get the Baron. Trish just goes off in this fight. They're just way too low to contest the Baron after that chase. And now the gold difference is way too big, and 5th Dragon's coming up in like 2 minutes, so it's like, are you gonna fight? Are you gonna fight 5th Dragon with Baron? Take mid turret. Wait, are they going for the end? I mean, they could probably do it. It's only Hecarim and Janna. Yeah, even if they didn't get that Baron, they would have won the game off the Dragon fight probably. That's the end of the game, man. That's that. Well, so I would say some of that loss is ban pick on Team Liquid side, but the majority of the reason they lost is because of that 2v1 that I showed you guys. And because Team Liquid decided to hold instead of dive. And that's why they lost the game, dude. I already did the TSM one. I'll upload the VOD after this. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the VOD review. I'm going to upload these to YouTube. Also, if you guys want to see more of these, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube. And if you guys miss it, it'll always be on there. I have a playlist, so you guys can just look at all the VOD reviews I've done. No, I'm done reviewing VODs for right now. I actually have like a headache right now because everybody's yelling in the house. There's no video that can explain to you, like, I just tried to explain it as much as I possibly. I just tried to explain it, right? There are players that eat, breathe, and sleep League of Legends. They wake up to League of Legends. They scrim 8 hours a day. They watch videos all the time trying to learn 2v1. They focused every single thing in their livelihood to learning 2v1 and learning League of Legends, right? And they still fuck up 2v1 and can't learn it properly, right? So how is some YouTube video going to be able to teach you 2v1 if it was that simple? Like, think about it, man. What a life, LOL. Sounds like a terrible time. Well, that's what NBA players do, dude. That's what winners do. That's what fucking Olympiads do. You want to see somebody? Michael Phelps. This guy, dude. You think this guy's a loser and has a bad life? You know what he does? He does the exact same thing, but he does it with swimming. Like, this is what sets apart good players from bad players, is that they devote their time and they commit, and they put everything into the game. Yeah, that's true. He smokes weed, eats Subway, and swims. That actually sounds like a pretty beast life. What am I talking about? I'm comparing a world sport to a video game. Yes, I am, because that's what it takes. Like, what do you think that the fucking people that won, like, what do you think Faker does? Like, what do you think any player does? Like, anything you do in life, if you don't commit everything to it, and you're, in like, highest level